Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Very busy day of recruiting, and Texas picks up a sneaky good cornerback from the state of Arizona and Santana Wilson. We've talked about the new physicality and culture of this Texas defense. This kid in Santana Wilson, I think, clearly resembles this new culture. I mean, this dude is a press cornerback that wants to be physical at the line of scrimmage, and he seems to resemble everything Texas is kind of trending towards on the defensive side of the ball. Had offers from Texas A&M, had offers from Oklahoma. Texas able to win it on a really big official visit weekend. We'll talk about some of the prospects they have on campus. And again, it's been kind of a slow start to the 2024 class for the Longhorns. This is their fourth commitment, not even in the top 60 nationally. That being said, they are kind of like we talk about with Miami. They are going after some big time prospects. And sometimes those recruitments go a little bit longer than most. We'll talk about potentially what this 2024 class could look like and talk about Santana Wilson. Before we do, though, again, just want to say thank you to you guys covering. Y'all know I love recruiting, love covering these prospects and kids coming out of high school. It's the new talent that's going into college football. You guys have been awesome with all the support. So if you do enjoy the content, you enjoy the recruiting updates, consider subscribing to the channel. We appreciate you guys. Many people think this is the off season. This is where you win college football championships during these official visit weekends on the recruiting trail in the summer. That's how you acquire the talent. Realistically, no off season when it comes to college football because you're taking a look at getting the next generation of talent that will be winning games in the fall on Saturday. So appreciate you guys locking in. Let's get into Santana Wilson, though. 6 foot, 180 pounds. Texas has had a lot of success going to the state of Arizona, right? Bijan Robinson, another kid from the state of Arizona. They've gotten some good talent from that state. And Santana Wilson, they're doing a really nice job with this cornerback room. Oh, you Malik Muhammad coming in the 2023 class, Santana Wilson here, Kobe Black, I know they're in the fold for as well. It's been I don't know if a sore spot would be the right word, but it's been a position that probably wanted to be more addressed. And you obviously go out into the transfer portal and land the kid from Wake Forest. Texas wants to improve that cornerback spot, and I think they did a really nice job picking up the commitment from Santana Wilson, checking out his film, and you guys will see what I mean pretty much immediately. And having a guy that's comfortable already playing in that press coverage is exactly what you want. You're going to see a couple things. One, physicality, and I know this sounds before we play this, I know this sounds a little cliche, but having like that dog mentality, so to speak, at that cornerback position, I think that's vital. Like when we talk about in the NFL draft, scouting these cornerbacks, having that guy that just believes he's like the alpha on the field is a big deal. And Santana Wilson, and the way he plays the game, I think certainly brings that. So checking out Santana Wilson, again, top of your screen, press coverage. You're going to see pretty much every rep press coverage here. And then you see the ball skills. Locks this guy up, plays the football, ends up taking it back for 6. This dude is a playmaker, too. He's not just kind of a dog cornerback. He's got really nice ball skills. Also plays on the offensive side of the ball, too. He's going to play cornerback at Texas, but you do see some of the movement skills, some of the long speed that he has as well, taking this run to the house. But again, you're getting a guy, good movement skills, good long speed. I think he's got pretty good length, verified 5'11", 6 foot from what I heard. But what I'm most impressed with is kind of the attitude that he plays with and kind of where Texas is trying to go. Right, here you go. Another guy, press coverage. You're going to see him flip his hips, turn his head, and play the football, which is another thing that young cornerbacks struggle. Like a lot of those cornerbacks, you see it at the college football level plenty. When that ball's in the air, it's panic mode. It's pass interferences. Not with Santana Wilson. Guy that feels really comfortable in the trail technique, turning his head and making a play on the football. Another rep of press coverage. I mean, just he's a guy that wants to be physical. And in that trail technique, again, playing the football in the air, that is something that I feel like is so rare with a lot of the college football cornerbacks. When that football's in the air and they haven't played wide receiver before, you see a lot of panic. Not with Santana Wilson. Again, press coverage, top of your screen, absolutely locking someone up. There's so much to like about what Santana Wilson brings. But what's even more exciting for Texas fans, and it's no secret, right? Pulling up the class of 2024, I mean, with added Santana Wilson, that probably bumps up to around 60 nationally. It's been a slow start, right? You have Trey Owens. You kind of took a quarterback early in the class, and That's okay with Lacey coming in 2025 and Arch Manning in 2023. But it's been a slow start. And sometimes you see that when you bring in a class that Texas brought in that 2023 class. But I mean, you saw Texas hosting a massive official visit weekend this weekend. We're going to talk about some of the guys that are on campus because, again, it's an absolutely loaded group. So pulling up who's on campus for the Longhorns, very, very impressive list of prospects, right? Starting with Ryan Wingo, a 5-star wide receiver. You can get Ryan Wingo and Micah Hudson in this class, and it gets easy to recruit. When you have Arch Manning in that 2023 class, these wide receivers, one, seeing Xavier Worthy do his thing. Two, they know they're going to have a good, whether it's Malik Muhammad, whether it's Arch Manning, they know they're going to have a good arm throwing to them under one of the better offensive coaches in the country in Steve Sarkisian. Brandon Baker, I think a lot of success with those young offensive linemen last year, probably playing a role in Brandon Baker's commitment. Jordan Ross, very good edge. They got a lot of talent coming in campus that you're excited about. Obviously, Santana Wilson commits. If that says a story of how this official visit weekend went, I mean, this could be really big good news for Texas. But what's even more special, next weekend, who they have on campus, and Micah Hudson on an unofficial visit this weekend. He'll be back for an official visit weekend next weekend. This is the money official visit weekend. We talk about winning college football games in the summer. If Texas wins this weekend, Friday, June 23rd, going through the weekend, that's what sets Texas up to go into the SEC and make an impact year one. Because the talent that they have coming in on campus, taking visits, is special. Starting with top 10 national prospect Colin Simmons. From what I've heard, Miami making a push, but also LSU and Texas, probably the two leaders. He's from Texas, from Duncanville. They got a nice little pipeline going from there. Micah Hudson, again, if you can get either Ryan Wingo or Micah Hudson, you're thrilled. If you can get both Micah Hudson and Ryan Wingo, that's special. Kobe Black, again, you got Santana Wilson, Kobe Black. Those are two really nice cornerbacks, and it does seem like Texas trending heavily for Kobe Black. Colin Simmons, Micah Hudson. I think Micah Hudson, probably a Texas lean. Colin Simmons, that one's up in the air. He's got every single Power 5 program in the country knocking on his door. Terry Bussey is an interesting one. I think he's got a real shot at Texas right from the state. Texas A&M wants him too. You have what? Let's count that up real quick. 1, 2 in the top 10, and then 4 in the top 30 national prospects that'll be on campus Friday, June 23rd for Texas. So again, slow start to the 2024 class, but it's going to heat up. You got to think that with all the talent that they have checking it out. Going down the list, Jordan Johnson-Rubell as a Michigan guy, he just visited Michigan. He's a guy that I really hope goes to Michigan, but if he goes to Texas, we'll be here to talk about it. TJ Lindsey, another guy, Jaden Jackson, couple IMG kids. Again, it's going to be a very exciting next couple weeks for Texas. I know Texas. I don't even know if Texas fans are frustrated because I think they get it. Like, I think it's you had a really good 2023 class. Sometimes it's really hard to recruit a dominant 2024 class. That being said, this class is still looking good in terms of the traction they have with these recruits. And you go out and win a Big 12 championship game. You go out and put the product on the field that I think a lot of people, including myself, think Texas is going to look like this year. Texas, quote unquote, potentially being back. That's how you get some of these guys kind of all right, this is a team that's going to go into the SEC and be competing for SEC titles and national titles early. That's a place I can go win championships with. This is, again, going to be an exciting next couple of weeks for Texas. Appreciate you guys. Wanted to hop on quick, talk about Santana Wilson. I saw the commitment, checked out what he brings to the table. Very, very exciting cornerback. Has that dog in him per se. Appreciate you guys checking the fellas out again. If you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. We appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to y'all later.